Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Tuesday. It is time for another wrestling review. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. You want something reviewed, you like reviews, go down to the description box, check out the link to his channel. While you're there, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on Spotify. Our goal for the end of this year is 1,000. So let's get an early start on that. Let's get those numbers up. But today we are talking about TNA Genesis, TNA's first offering for the year. At the end of the last episode, you mentioned Phil Collins, Genesis. Now, better singer drummer, is it Phil Collins or is it Don Henley?
Phil Collins.
Dave Grohl or Phil Collins?
Phil Collins.
Dave Grohl, Don Henley.
Don Henley.
Okay, there we
D
go.
Dave Grohl will admit to you himself that he's not a very good drummer. There's so many interviews where he talks about it. All
That's
the
true.
drum lines he plays in like Nirvana was super basic stuff.
Yeah,
Not that it's bad. He's great.
yeah. Don
Phil
Henley
Collins
is
is the
an
best.
yes, regardless. Don Henley is
Um,
a little underappreciated though.
that's true, but he's good.
He's good.
What were we talking about here? You
TNA Sega
It's
Genesis.
so funny because you're like, instead of saying tonight, you said TNA, and then you're like
TNA.
TNA, TNA, and then guess who used to be an announcer on
Mike
TNA?
TNA.
Yeah,
It was all planned. It's
it
all
was
planned.
all planned.
All planned from the
Do you
beginning.
think that's how they named TNA?
TNA.
They're like tonight. Jack and
Who
Jeff
knows?
Jarrett's like, I got it.
Mike TNA. TNA.
Um,
But I've noticed with TNA, they have not come north of the Oklahoma in a while. It's always been Texas, Arizona, Las Vegas, New
because they're
Mexico.
doing bulk filming. So I heard, like, and I've never seen this before. When they're filming their pay-per-views, they're also filming an entire episode of Impact, either before or after the pay-per-view,
Yeah,
which is why a lot of times their Impact things don't feel like there's a lot of people in it.
yeah,
Okay. Also, we need to talk about the elephant in the room here. This stadium was empty,
yeah,
and if you saw TNA's AMC episode, their
yep.
first episode on AMC, it
I
was
did.
completely empty.
Yeah,
Like nobody showed up to watch it.
yeah. But we have Timu Green Shirt guy in the front row, though.
We do have Timo Green Shirt guy. That's good. Good call.
Timu Green Shirt guy.
Um,
Can we have the Green Shirt guy? Yeah, we got Green Shirt guy at home.
yeah, we have Green Shirt guy at home. Listen, wrestling is in a dangerous place right now.
Yeah.
New Japan is not losing fans, but they're struggling to do whatever they're doing.
Tanahashi cut his hair.
Yeah, that's gross. TNA, I mean, Noah is the only one that seems to be doing okay. WWE, no one's coming to watch the shows.
No,
AEW is like they started making a comeback, but now it feels like nobody's going to watch the weekly shows
no.
again. And then TNA is like 6 people showed up to watch it.
Yeah, it did fill up towards the end.
Yeah, but this is the thing. If you see the camera side, the hard cam
Yeah,
side,
the off. Yeah,
the
it's
off
empty.
cam side,
Yeah, yeah,
it's because it was empty. There was
yeah.
just people on the floor level and then nothing.
Because what they did was anybody who was on that side, they moved them
They
to
pushed
the
them
other.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we get two pre-show matches. We get Channing Stacks Lorenzo defending the TNA International Championship against Eric Young, BDE, and KJ Orso, or you might know him as Fuego del Sol.
It's not a good name. Um,
I
because
think of the Pokemon Urso.
no, it reminds me of this old fucking Eastern Canadian guy that used to work at Taco Bell, and he used to always tell us, "If you guys keep eating all them fire sauce, you're going to burn your orsos."
Okay.
And I was like, "What the fuck is an orso?" But he
I'm
said
guessing it was
arseholes.
asshole.
Yeah,
Arsehole, yeah.
but he used to say orsos. Um,
You're gonna burn our bears?
so I laughed every time I heard his name to the point where it's like I'm almost embarrassed that this person has this name, but only I get the joke.
Right.
Um, Anywho,
He
good
was
for
the best
Fuego
part of
del
this
Sol.
match.
Um, I have a lot of problems just generally here, but then also it carries over to later, and it's a negative and a positive.
The
So
new Daria, was it Daria, whatever her name is? She used to be Sonya Deville in WWE.
yeah,
She is now your new day-to-day ops manager at
which I'm
TNA.
okay with that. I think that shit's
Is she
fine.
superior to Santino, or are they kind of the same level?
They're the same. So at the beginning of the show, when you see them doing like backstage or like
Hmm.
replays of stuff, you see them where if you watch TNA, the AMC thing, they fight. of being
Yeah.
basically over like power, struggle for power. But here there's a moment where they're talking and they're like we have to work together to beat NXT.
Yeah.
And it's like I like that dynamic of them like kind of being friends. Like she doesn't actually hate him, but she realizes she wants to be the powerful person in the
Yeah.
job. And I kind of like
And her
that.
character is okay. I don't mind her
It's fine. She's
character.
always been okay with character
And
work.
she can always transition to the ring if she needs to a match here and there because she's
Yeah,
a decent wrestler.
so can he, right?
Yeah.
Um, and that's fine. And I think the Cora Jade thing
Yeah, they
is
signed Cora Jade, which is a
it's,
good signing for them.
but it's also like too. It's a TNA typical TNA issue. We sign someone new and immediately we give them like all of the power in the world. Like chill out. It's Cora
Yeah.
Jade. You didn't sign fucking Trish Stratus. Like what are we talking about?
And they still haven't done anything with Indy yet, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, I mean, and that comes up to
Yeah.
there's multiple things here. So you got to remind me if I forget. Stax Lorenzo and Indy
Ariana
Hartwell.
Grace. Oh.
Indy Hartwell as we get there. By the way, you were right about Ariana Grace.
Hmm.
You actually nailed the storyline so well that I'm actually scared to ask you any more questions. Just Stax Lorenzo is straight up a trash bag. He looks
He
like a
is.
Muppet. Like
He does.
look at. I need you to put up a picture of Pepe
Oh, yes.
because he literally looks like Pepe. He has the same nose and everything.
Oh my
Um,
God. Yeah, we down to the gold chain and
yeah.
everything.
See, and he also has like a weird sort of
This fake New York accent.
what's the Rock's daughter called again?
Ava.
He has an Ava problem where he can't seem to like open his mouth when he talks. Like you're like and you're like
Yeah.
it's like a really weird like
And the thing
listen
is, he's
to.
from New York. Why does he have the Pat
I don't
McAfee
care.
fake
Do
New
whatever
York
you want.
accent?
Fake. Yeah, Pat McAfee's New York accent makes no sense. Um, however, I don't care about that. I think that's actually a good angle that they're doing, and I think Ariana Grace is good job, good for you, because you know,
Yeah.
like she wasn't going to get
She's
anywhere in the ring.
she's it helps him out because she's a better mouthpiece than he is.
100%.
So, like, she definitely learned her promo work from her dad.
Yeah, you could tell that she studied like how to cut a promo,
Yeah.
and like I'm telling you, Stax Lorenzo exists somehow out of favoritism. Like
It is
he's related to somebody or he knows somebody. There's no other.
Santino's son-in-law.
Yeah, but before that, for him to have
Okay.
the prominence that he has, because there's no way that he's getting this much of a push compared to the other amazing wrestlers that
Yeah.
you have.
Hell, I'll
Anyway,
take Miles Bourne over
you
freaking.
keep saying that Miles Bourne sucks. Anyways, okay. There's two other people in that faction better than both of them. Well, I guess Stax is not really in that faction,
Yeah, and the other guy's gone.
and the other guy's gone. Anyway, shut up and listen.
Yeah.
Um, the match was fine.
Yeah.
I think BDE is actually insanely talented. Like
Yeah, he's their B-level Logan Paul.
the punches he was throwing and like some of the moves, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Why is he that good?
I don't he's been training, I guess.
Good for him. This match actually was not bad, but
Yeah.
it's a
I would
weird.
have I mean, if anything, I would have replaced EY with Hometown Man, just get the crowd a little pop.
That's fair. That's fair. But it's weird to have a match for your second highest belt
On the pre-show.
pre-show and also in a completely like starless match.
Yeah.
Especially in a four-way. You didn't have any bigger names to put in this four-way.
Well, I mean, Eric Young is a pretty big name, but
Eric Young was a pretty big name.
yeah.
Okay.
Good
I
point.
guess Steve Macklin's injured,
Yeah, Macklin is injured.
right? And like we'll talk about the injury report too when we get there. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a weird pre-show. I didn't really
Yeah.
mind the talking parts, but like they force too many replays on you to make sure you know what's happening in the
Yeah.
storylines when it's like the most simple storylines of all time in TNA.
And we're spending too much time on a pre-show, so Channing Stacks Lorenzo wins. We got a second pre-show match. Tessa Blanchard and Mila Moore with Robert Stone, which is an NXT guy, managing them. And Victoria Crawford at ringside versus Indy Hartwell and Vicious Vicky.
Yeah, no idea. You got 40 minutes left of pre-show here. You weren't going to
Yeah.
plan on having a match. This is a last second announced match. Like we knew a match was coming. We're not stupid.
Yeah, especially on an hour pre-show.
And this is another thing. Like, it doesn't make sense. You have two of your biggest stars in your women's division wrestling in a tag match on the pre-show.
And they're not even in the match much. You get Tessa versus when we got Tessa and Indy in the ring for whatever little we got it, that was great.
It was genuinely, this wasn't a bad match. It was fine.
No,
It's just like
and Mila Moore was not as bad as she was when we saw her in that last match.
100%. It's just a situation of like I'm happy for the tag division because they're working hard to build it. But you shouldn't have main stars like this wrestling pointless tag matches on pre-shows when you could use them to do something more important.
Why didn't you put Tessa answering the open call for the women's championship?
Why didn't you have the tag belts get defended on the show?
Because the tag belts were defended on the AMC show, where the Iconics or Inspiration they lost the belts back to the Elegance brand.
Yeah,
Now
but
they
you
got
could
Mr.
have.
Elegance too.
I know, I seen it, and
He's the Timu version of Nathan Frazier there.
I'm gonna be like, I'm not even shaming him. He looks really strange. Like, he has a really strange look to him.
He's
And
got
he
a
almost
it's
looks
the
like
high forehead.
he looks AI generated.
He does. He's Timu Nathan Frazier.
Everyone's Timo for you. Let's go.
Yes.
Is that what the
Okay.
T and TNA stands
AliExpress.
for?
Yeah. But the reason being why the Iconics or Inspiration lost the belt is they're AEW bound.
No, don't be AEW bound. Go
They
somewhere
are though.
else.
That's
Just go somewhere else.
if they were WWE bound, they would have already shown up on WWE TV, which they haven't. Kind of like the way they did with Hendry, kind of like the way they did with Jordan Grace, what they're doing with Leon Slater. We did not
Okay,
hear.
go to Japan.
Nah.
Go to Japan. Blair Davenport's your friend, right? Go hang out with her.
But so's Harley Cameron.
Take her too.
But no, from what I understand, is Inspiration are going to AEW to bolster their team, the tag team division there.
No.
Yeah.
I choose no.
If I called Santino, Stacks, Ariana Grace, I'm calling this one. This is my lock of
You
the
know what
week.
you didn't call was the Rascals. That was the most out of left field shit I've
Yeah.
ever seen. In one day, out of nowhere, they're in talks with WWE, 100% getting signed, and then literally 2 days later, they're signed to AEW. And I was like, when were they leaving TNA? Like, when did that happen?
It was those 2 truckloads of money that Tony Khan gave to them. Here's $5 million each to do nothing but pre-show matches on Ring of Honor for the $50,000 tag match or whatever.
I'm okay with that, to be honest.
I'm not. The Rascals are a good team. Why are you going to relegate them to pre-show matches on ROH 0 hour?
Because I think that when Bang 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 Gang gets back together, the four guys are gonna feud with the Rascals, and Jay White is gonna be like a main event, still in the group, but like a main event guy, right?
Well,
He
we'll
won't
talk
be
about
part of
this
that.
when we do a state. Well, that's part of it. But Tessa Blanchard gets the win on this. I mean, yay.
It's fine, but
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of this, this is the problem with TNA shows. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah. But there was a lot of changes too, because a lot of things happened that put see, next we get AJ Francis versus Rich Swann opening the card. This could have been on the pre-show.
This should. So this is what I want back to this. This should have been on the pre-show,
Mm-hmm.
and the title match should have been the opening match.
I agree.
Because it was an entertaining match. It was fine. And this match
Because
wasn't any better. This match was also fine. But
Yeah.
it should have been on the pre-show, because who cares about Rich Swann?
Or
Do you remember
AJ Francis.
Do you remember the era of TNA when we first started watching,
Yeah.
and we were so frustrated that every match had Steve Macklin,
And
Kenny
Rich Swann.
King, or Rich Swann? And it was like we didn't want to watch any of these three guys, but they all got their own storyline. So you had to watch three matches, one with each guy. And you're
And
like,
then they had feud with each other.
yeah, and it's like, but you're wasting an hour of our time watching those three matches.
And
Like,
now
yes,
we're like that with Rich Swann and
Macklin
Eric Young.
got better. Macklin got better, but like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch 40-year-old Rich Swann.
Yeah.
Not even because he's bad, just
No, it's
because
just-
like,
It's pointless.
why does he have so much prominence to be on a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
He should
I mean,
be jobbing.
10 years ago when he was on the Indies, yes, I get it, but this
Yeah.
ain't the Indies anymore. But AJ Francis wins. He gives a couple styles clashes in this, though.
Yeah, that was cute.
And, he's not the only, they even made mention, he's not the only AJ that does the styles clash.
Yeah, there's clearly stuff
Something
here.
building. Yeah.
He wore a Washington Commanders colored gear. It's
Didn't he
in
play for
Texas.
Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in
AJ wins.
Dallas.
He played for, yeah,
No,
that's
no,
true.
it's in Dallas, and he's
Yeah, yeah,
wearing. They're like they hate each other.
yes. The Cowboys, yeah, the Cowboys, I guess the
Cowboys
Commanders
and
now.
Indians.
Yeah. Well, you can't call them the Redskins anymore, can you? Can I
Whoa!
get canceled for that?
I don't know. Apparently not. The NFL can't.
No. I mean, apparently indigenous people want the name back, from what I understand. Whatever. Mustafa Ali versus Elijah, another singles match. This is blowing off a feud. There is a feud, there's a storyline here.
It's this is fine. I'm okay with it
Yeah.
because I think Elijah is a prominent, as much
Name.
as he shouldn't be, not because he's not good or he doesn't have good character work and stuff. It's because he's just not a main event guy.
No, he's a good mid-level,
Yeah.
mid-carder.
But you're and like Ali should be way farther ahead than he is right now. I think he should be challenging for the world
He did
title.
resign.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
He should be getting a push for the world title.
yeah, I
Um,
think so too.
but it's like the match was fine. It was good. It
Yeah.
had good storytelling, I think. But it like Elijah is very limited in what he could do. He's good at
Yeah.
taking bumps that you need him to take, but then when he's on offense, there's nothing there. It's like Joe
Yeah.
Hendry.
It's
Joe
you
Hendry
know what
has
he
three
reminds me
moves.
of? Remember years ago, I don't know if you remember around that time for Damian Sandow, that type of character.
No, I wasn't around for that.
Okay. Well,
That's the
yeah.
dead era of wrestling.
Yeah.
He's
But
like the goon.
yeah, the goon. There you go. But yeah, we get a little bit of outside interference, and as the referee is trying to kick out the rest of Order 4, we get a guitar smash to the back of Elijah, and Ali gets the pin on this.
And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is doing we're doing stuff.
Now, are those two different referees? Does she change hair, Mad Match, or are they two different referees?
I didn't even notice what you're talking about.
Those two referees look exact. One with orange hair, one with black hair. Now
Really?
the one with the orange hair originally had the black hair. Remember the one we thought she was 12 years old when we first
Oh
saw?
yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but now she has orange hair because they got another girl with black hair that looks exactly the same.
What the fuck?
Yeah, multiverse,
Maybe they made her wear a wig so they people think it's a different referee.
maybe.
That
Um,
seems like something TNA would
TNA
do.
would do.
Make it look like we have more referees.
With
Bryce
that,
Remsburg.
our next match is Eddie Edwards versus JDC. It's his retirement match.
You know what? Good for him.
Who,
I'm
JDC?
yeah, I did my best not to laugh throughout the entirety of this thing just based on the stupidity of the scenario. The match
Yeah.
was fine.
The match was, yeah, this is the best I've seen Eddie Edwards. He really tried in this match.
Eddie Edwards really tried for him. Really,
Yeah.
really tried for him. And I don't know in what world the guy that was dominating the company a year ago lost to JDC. um, but there's a thing. We had a
Yeah.
retirement tour for a jobber
Yeah.
that's not even really popular. It's
Who,
not like it was a
JDC?
it's not
Yeah.
like it was a Funaki situation.
No.
It's JDC. Like
Yeah.
I don't even dislike you. I just think it's weird that you got a John Cena level retirement tour in TNA.
Yeah. That's true.
But guess why? Because you're best friends with the bookers.
Yeah. But where was Johnny Swinger's retirement tour?
Exactly. He's basically Macho Man.
Yeah. But yeah, JDC. But that comes on the heels of another retirement announcement with Adam Copeland. At least they say he's retiring because his contract is done that same day.
They're saying that he wants to retire at 1 full year from now.
Oh, so the October 18th won't be his retirement match in Toronto?
Yeah, that's his his contract expires, I think, at the next Revolution. But Wrestle Dream or whatever that event is will be his last match.
Match. Okay.
He apparently he wants to be like a booker.
Okay.
So we know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
They're going to win the tag belts against FTR.
Yep.
And then they're going to lose it. They're going to hold it all the way till that day, and they're going to lose it to put somebody over at.
Mark Davis and Jake something.
Okay, next story.
But look, Eddie Edwards does win this. You would think, like, because this match didn't mean anything for anybody, wouldn't you at least put JDC over in this?
Yeah, I know. I said JDC won. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was not speaking in the right English, but it didn't make any sense.
No. But it was kind of nice. Not a Tanahashi nice, but it was nice, the retirement.
It was fine, and it was
Yeah.
actually a decent match.
Yeah. Every match so far has been decent. It hasn't been bad
No, and it's
until
like,
this next match coming up.
oh fuck.
Ryan Nemeth versus Mara Sade in an intergender match.
Why did it get so much time?
It didn't actually, it only got 5 minutes, but
That's
still, it
It
felt like
should have been a
20,
squash. It should have just been a squash match. Either you should have had him squash her and be like,
or she gets a
I am
cheap win.
man, or she squashes him and makes him look bad. Why did they
Yeah.
have a real match for 5 minutes? What are we doing? This is on a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Like I was having an okay time up until this point.
I mean, this it didn't really take up a lot of time, so I was okay.
Yeah.
I've got great things so far. Like
Yeah.
I got to look at Heather by Elegance
Mm-hmm.
and Stax Lorenzo for a bit. The first one made me happy. The second one made me sad.
Make me sad. Ryan Nemeth gets the win on this for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but that was, I guess they needed time to fill. So with that, we have our Open Challenge TNA Knockouts World Championship match. Lei Ying Lee defending against Zarya, who answered the call on the AMC show.
It's I don't you have like this is when let's go back to talk about what
I
I was
can already
saying.
tell where they're leading to with this.
Indy
And I'll tell you, and
Hartwell,
this is going to happen.
you could have had Tessa here,
Hmm.
and you could have continued your stupid Tessa feud with what's her face because you could have had Tessa try to cheat to beat uh Ming Na
Yeah,
Wen, and
yeah.
then you have fucking Indy Hartwell come out to save her, and then she wins, saves the
Well,
day.
the reason why they didn't get this, they didn't do it, they did this is because Lee is also the champion, but there's, I think they wanted to give the belt to Danny Luna, but Danny Luna, again, visa issues, couldn't
Yeah,
come to the
but
US. So they,
you could have done this storyline
hmm
to further the indie storyline and then still had her keep the belt so that
with
when
Tessa, yeah, Tessa tries to get
yeah,
involved, and yeah,
but instead you did it in a way where you just picked a random wrestler from NXT for no reason. What does that have to do with Danny Luna?
and Zarya, what? One's
What
British,
does
the other one's Australian.
what does Zarya have to do with Danny Luna? That you were like, let's get Zarya to come out. And why not Sol Ruka?
Saul Ruka gave her spot to Zarya, but there was a spot.
Wow, multiverse.
Yeah, but there was a spot. I think it was earlier on in the show. I forgot who it was, but tell them, aren't you? What are you talking about? Why is she getting a prominent? Oh no, that was on NXT the night before. They were talking on NXT, and somebody, JC Jane, goes to Sol Ruka, who says, Sol Ruka said, "I'm coming after that belt," and she says, "Aren't you guys a tag team anyway?" And then that's precursored by this. Decent match. I didn't mind the match. The match was okay.
It was okay.
Uh, Lee does retain, but we get outside shenanigans by uh, Tessa Blanchard's faction and by the Elegance brand. And I
Listen,
think this
and
is
I'm not
leading,
going to
and I'm telling
complain
you
about
this right
more
now.
Heather.
I am no, we're not going to complain about that, but what I'm telling you, this is leading to the Elegance brand losing the belts to Zaruka.
Which I'm okay with that. Those are the belts you give to people from NXT, not
Yeah.
your world title, not your fucking secondary title, not your women's world title. What are we talking about here? Bring back a third tier belt, the digital media belt,
Hmm.
just so that you could have that belt be like, I don't give a shit. We're gonna lose this belt left and right.
Yeah, a TV championship.
Yeah,
So I can
and
bring back the television championship. So this way it can get defended on both shows. Or a cross promotional belt,
the NXTNA,
right?
that's perfect because it's 5 letters and the T is in the middle. NXTNA,
Yeah.
television title,
Yeah.
and it only
And
gets defended on
the shows,
Impact and
NXT.
NXT.
See? I solved your booking problem, NXT TNA. Thank you.
I came up with a name in like literally 10 seconds.
Yeah.
How are we not doing this?
Yes. You know what? I bet you if TNA hired us to book, we'd probably do a little bit better of the job. Tommy Dreamer is like, I don't know. Did you see him on the pre-show? He was like, I don't know where he was going, that guy.
I'm at the point now where I think he's just taking the money and he doesn't care anymore about the product. He's upset with the way that they merged. He doesn't like anything that's happening. It's
Yeah.
probably very political and he's not into that.
So you think once his contract is done, he's gone.
I don't think he'll leave. He wants the money, but I think he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, because nobody else will take him. But
I mean,
next
we
match.
already know AEW will take him. Let's
Oh yeah.
don't threaten Tony Khan with a good time. Like
We just signed the hardcore legend, Tommy Dreamer.
you blinked way too many times in that.
Yeah, right. I don't do cocaine, so
I'm literally living energy drink. Look at me.
so the Hardys versus the Righteous for the TNA World Tag Team Championship.
Oh, I wanted this to be a lot better than it was. It was good. It
It
was
was
good.
good, but you
But
could
the
tell the
outcome
Hardys
was
just don't. They've lost a step
they also don't seem willing in any way in any of the matches they've had recently
to
to
put anybody
put
over.
anybody over. Like even if they're gonna win, they don't seem like they're trying to help you. They sandbagging, and it's like, let me get off my offense. Oh, all of a sudden, 75-year-old fucking Jeff Hardy can do a swanton perfectly, but when you're trying to just flip him over in the ring, it's like the most impossible task ever.
Yeah. But you know what? The Righteous were good working with it. Like we get what's his name? Dutch. He goes, all we wanted was to feel pain. We don't care whether we win or lose.
You stole all of their momentum
Yeah. You
like
killed
that.
their
It's
yeah.
over. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did the Hardys win? If someone explain this to me.
You know what? You could have freshened up that division by having the Righteous win.
Yeah,
Now
and
you
you could still keep the
and
Hardys.
this time the crowd was behind it because the crowd was a smart crowd who knew who they were.
Finally,
Yeah.
after like 3 shows of people having no idea who these people were.
This crowd wanted the Righteous to win.
It's a rough situation for me because I just think that you put over the heel team, let the heels run wild, and then you have the Hardys team up with 2 young faces and have like you keep them relevant, you keep people coming to the shows with that, but it's less wrestling and less titles for the Hardys.
You know what it worked? If you put Javon Evans and Leon Slater as the Hardys protege.
Yeah, that's perfect. But you can't anymore because Leon Slater's on Javon Evans is on
Raw now.
Raw now, and Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy will never show up on those shows until their contract's done. And Leon
Yeah.
Slater's won't because he's from TNA.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Yeah, the Hardys win for some reason, and you just killed any momentum the Righteous had.
You fucking smashed it.
Yeah. I don't agree. Like, why are the Hardys? They're like the longest running. Are they going for the longest running TNA tag champs of all time?
I don't know, but they don't have any storyline, so I don't know what you're doing with them.
Yeah, you could if the Righteous were to win here, you could have at least had the Hardys chase for it, leading up to like
Wrestling,
Slammiversary or something.
wrestling.
Yeah. Multiverse. So with that, our next match is a three-way match, which is weird to be slotted in here. It was Joe Henry versus Cedric Alexander versus Moose. It was supposed to be a four-way match for the X Division Championship, but Leon Slater, once again, visa issues, couldn't make it, so they just had a three-way match.
This match should have been not Moose booking himself to be in this match.
And oh my
Not
God, I mentioned this too in my notes. The commentators were putting him over like he's the best wrestler in the world. Where is Moose finding the momentum? Where is Moose getting this? Where is Moose
he
was
he
not good.
he shouldn't have booked himself into this match because it's an X Division match, number one. Number two, using Joe Hendry to be in this type of match when he can't really wrestle and you're just using him for name recognition. Like he wasn't even part of this pay-per-view and you just were like, oh, Joe Hendry, because we know he's a big name. He's doing other things, but no, he'll just come into this match.
Yeah.
You could have had, and I know Leon Slater couldn't come here, but you could have had Javon Evans, Cedric Alexander, and Leon Slater, and it would have been an amazing X Division match.
Yeah.
Like the thought
And
process that you thought Leon Slater, Moose, and Cedric Alexander, what was the thought process for that?
Yeah. But and the thing is too, the outcome is so weird. Why did they put Joe Hendry over? Joe Hendry wins this match. This could have solidified Cedric Alexander. Any momentum he had now is gone too. Cedric Alexander, if he won this match, boom, all of a sudden he's your number one contender for the X Division Championship.
Yeah.
And we could have had an amazing match between Cedric and Leon.
I swear he lost like 7 of his last 8 matches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Joe Hendry wins. Main event.
Joe fucking Hendry wins. Can we just stop,
A
think
guy who's
about this
not
for a
even in the
second?
company anymore.
What are we talking about? What is happening?
Multiverse.
This match was not very good. I don't know
No,
if you liked it. I did not
no.
like it. It was like standard 2 out of 5 type stuff.
Yeah. Um, Main event. Mike Santana defending the belt, which he won the night a couple nights earlier, on the AMC show against Frankie Kazarian in his rematch in a Texas Death Match with Nick Nemeth as a special guest referee. And Nick Nemeth, my God, could those shorts be any tighter?
It was like Shawn Michaels era refereeing because that's
Yeah.
his baby. That's his sweet baby. Um,
What was in his trunks was a sweet baby. Holy Jesus. You could tell what religion he was.
that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. Um, the I don't know. I don't fucking know. Giving having Frankie Kazarian do all the interviews that he did and like talk of the way that he did about TNA, and now knowing that it must have been kayfabe because there's no way he didn't know he was losing the belt.
I think Kaz at this point he's moving more towards a backstage role. I
But it's
think
like
he's
the
had
way
his
he
run.
talked about it was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be the champion for a long time. And they weren't like, it was like on Chris Van Vliet and other stuff. It
Yeah.
wasn't like kayfabe interviews, but for him to stay in kayfabe
But
that strong,
he's really good doing that though.
yeah,
He's always been good at that.
that was crazy to me because when he
Yeah.
lost, I was like, wait, he just won the belt.
Yeah. But this wasn't a bad match though. I like the concept where you have to pin the guy and then get a 10 count.
It's I think the ring work and stuff was good, but as a
Hmm.
wrestling fan watching this, I didn't like this match. I,
Not
I
as
was
much
I was
more
freaking bored.
a Texas death match. I'm expecting more blood, more plunder,
It
more
wasn't like
crazy.
I'm sure people are gonna watch this and be like, it's good. I wouldn't score this super low, but from a personal aspect of seeing
Yeah.
all the matches we've seen lately, like this just didn't do it for me. I was just like, oh, they're breaking a table. Oh, like we watched Mance Warner get fucking
Stapled.
stapled all over the place, and like they broke like 2 tables here and knocked the ladder over.
Yeah. But Santana wins.
Obviously.
Yeah. But at
Listen,
the
the guy didn't even deserve a title, and he won it twice now. Can we just talk about this for a
and
second? Like,
at the end, let's finish this and then we'll talk about that. At the end though, Nick Nemeth tries to cash in his call your shot, but he's thwarted by Santana and he doesn't get to call it in.
once you hand it into the timekeepers, doesn't it automatically count as cashing
No,
it
as
in?
long as if the referee doesn't make it to the ring, it doesn't count. The referee didn't start the bell. So the referee has to start the match. If the match does not start, then it doesn't count.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But Mike Santana, champion, you were going to have some thoughts on that.
Yo, I don't get it. Is Ortiz going to become the AEW World Champion twice? Like,
No, but maybe him and Eddie Kingston might become tag champs, ROH tag champs.
that probably will happen.
Yeah.
Which that's fine. You can give Eddie Kingston whatever Ring of Honor belts you want, except the world title, and I don't care.
Okay. The pure wrestling.
Jay Lethal needs to win the Ring of Honor title.
One last time and
Yeah.
have a last run with that. Yeah. But all in all, this wasn't a bad show.
No, it wasn't. But it's like the standard definition of what is fine.
Yeah. I'm a flat 7 on this.
I'll give it a 6.9.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'll give it a 7 because I didn't not enjoy my time watching it.
I had fun with all the match with most of the matches. Like the did
There's only really like one doo
the
doo
Ryan
butter
Nemeth
match.
match.
The
Yeah.
Ryan Nemeth match. The women's match, the title match was okay.
Yeah.
And then the 3-way match was okay.
Yeah.
Everything else, like the tag match was fine. I just
Yeah.
don't want to watch the Hardys wrestle anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like we got a 50-year-old Jeff Hardy and a 55-year-old Matt Hardy. Like, no, guys, come on, man. Like that's enough now. But while we're talking about that, let's let Timmy's going to look up the TNA Tag Team Championships and see if they are the
Do you know what?
longest.
They probably are because I do know that in TNA they never put any of the belts on anybody for a long time.
Okay,
The tag division, like they were always hot shotted.
that's true. Reigns, here we are. Current champions right now. So right now they are on how many days? Thanks, Timmy. Give me a moment. The Hardys are on their fourth reign as champion at 182 days. They are the
Devastating.
number two overall
For most wins or for time?
combined time.
What's the
Combined
combined time?
combined time is 570 days.
And who's number one? Team 3D?
No, LAX actually at 662.
How many
So I
run?
think they're going right up until Slammiversary as the champs, just so they can beat the all-time record.
Okay.
They just surpassed Beer Money.
Beer Money Inc.
Yes. But yeah. So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week. Next week, hopefully, we'll have a state for you, and maybe, just maybe, Saturday night's main event, which there's nothing really booked for it yet, but we'll have a review for it. So with that out of the way,
Multiverse.
guys, thanks again for joining us. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.